Good evening, race fans, and welcome to this week's weekly duckling race. Thank you for joining us here in the booth. I am joined by Dead Pulse, who is getting our runners ready while we start on these flags. So this is the duckling week 4 flags, and today we are going on a shard hunt.
Well,
Shard
that
hunt.
sounds fun.
Yeah, I know it's not like a snipe hunt, but it's still good, clean quality fun. How you doing, Dead Pulse?
Oh, just wonderful. Super excited for this race. Shard Hunt is one of my favorites, and these four races here are going to be looking for 28 shards instead of the typical four orbs killed. Now, of course, killing the fiends will still give some shards, but so often we have a little bit of a surprise with the fiends, don't we?
Yeah, so in addition to it being the shard hunt, we have shuffled the fiends, and so you will see the fiend with the appropriate scaling that we have set up, um, at the appropriate place at the end of whatever shrine that you're at, whether it's volcano or sea shrine or whatever. But it may not be Lich at Earth. You could have Tia at Earth in with double or double plus the hit points and the punchy. So could be quite a surprise waiting in store at the end of the various caves for our runners today.
A delightful surprise, and the race is just about to start. You want a quick run over the blur sync?
Sure. We got, it looks like most people took fighter thief and then some combination of red and black mages. Figure out why. So fighters have hurt undead, plus 20 vitality, plus 20 hit percent, but cannot equip the masa, which is sad, but not a deal breaker necessarily. There's lots of other good weapons typically. So and please excuse us while we kind of work out some technical issues here, but as we keep going over the blur sings, the thief has plus 10 luck plus sorry, I just looked up and saw level 1 nuke for our runners today.
Level 1 nuke. Good lord.
That's never happened, but no, it's good for our runners here. So the thief just loses 150 GP, has plus 20 hit points, plus 25 agility, plus 10 luck, which is kind of just stacking luck on luck. Nobody took a black belt. Red mage has promo sage. Has the warp spell, plus 10 vitality, loses 10 strength. Who cares? Promo sage means they can learn all the spells when they promote, not just the ones that are designated for the red mage.
Yeah, Promo Sage is definitely one of those game-changing blur things because now the red mage just learns everything, and especially that black mage I know has no nuke, so it's a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, the black mage lost nuke, has some resistances, started with elemental magic, but it's not elemental plus, so I think it's the one or the two spells. And can wear red mage armor, which is kind of good for them, but doesn't really help. And then the white mage, some people took because they have plus teleport magic, which is good. It means you get access to exit and probably another warp caster. Plus 10 to hit. And Thief Sword, which is kind of okay. You might stick the Masa on the white mage, but started with minus 30 hit points, and as you can see, we bottomed out to 1 hit point on our poor little white mage.
And all you need is one, I'll tell you what.
And the king giving us the canoe, and Sarah giving us the ship. So now we've got complete inner sea access here with our runners. Looks like Thavian's still making his way to Garland here, gonna cast some nukes at Garland. So I think I may have misseen, but do we have thief red white on Freiti's side?
I would not doubt it. That is an amazing party to take for this. When you have promo Sage, especially with the hint that was in Canaria, it turns out that Sarda has the tail, so we know where the tail is. As soon as we promote, those red mages get to learn everything. So I do not fault him for taking this. And the white mage for telemagic, I say time and time again, if somebody has telemagic, you take them. You take at least one of them, because that's 2 casts of warp/exit, and that'll get you through any dungeon.
Yeah, and keep in mind that, I mean, people take completely empty slots sometimes to save on experience. So using that slot for some exit casts and then, ignoring them the rest of the time, it's still fine. Works out great.
If you ever wanted to get me to rant for several hours, take a nun in your party and see what happens.
Okay, so we'll when everybody's in their eye grind, we'll go back to this topic here. I can't remember, and I do not remember where it is in the flags. Is early Sarda on this flag set?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so as soon as we get some access to Sarda, that ninja's gonna do some good work too. With the only malice being GP, really kind of great to see that. Nice little dodge tank there. Find a katana, you're all set.
Yeah, and especially, so the mass immune is incentivized in this, and the fighter can't use it. So I cannot blame, I think the party I would have taken is exactly Fryteeth.
Oh, thief, red, white.
Yeah,
I
it's
might have
terrifying, but I'd do it.
Yeah, thief, red, white with the telemagic, as we were talking about, is a good one. I bet I would end up with like black belt thief, red, white. Black belt has +10 strength, heal magic, promo fighter armor. Oh, loses a hit percent per level. Maybe I wouldn't have ended up with a black belt.
Oh my!
I forgot. Maybe no. So Fryteeth heading straight for Marsh. I like this play. You're usually gonna have to end up going to Marsh anyway, so might as well get it out of the way. It is sort of the first quote-unquote real dungeon you visit in the game, so it's always kind of a good place to start.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that Fryteeth is fading chests in here. Even though it's a shard hunt, he is only checking the chest. Oh, it gets a ribbon +3 on that greed check, but only checking 4 shards because A, the chests are spread out, and B, at this level, this is a dangerous place. I do not blame him 1 second for saying, you know what, I'll pick up the shards later.
Yep. Is sort of a dangerous place, but with that white mage, we can bail basically at any time. Couple warp casters and a nuke, and an exit should help us, plus the nukes. And we find the crown. So
yeah, we're getting all of the we're getting the canoe, the crown, the canal. Herbie B just got that, or somebody just got that.
Yeah, it looks like I was very confused on Herbie's screen for a second. Why that was the hint that we got, but whatever. Let's see what Astos holds for us today. Oh, Astos has even more fetch quests. We're just gonna keep heading north here, it looks like, and a very weak Astos today.
Nuke will do that to you. Did someone just pull an XCal +4 out of their hat?
Out of where?
Oh my, Ravioli taking the chest on Marsh 2 that Fryteeth faded. Getting an XCal +4. Oh my goodness.
Oof. Oh man.
Just like I said at the beginning, taking a fighter was the key here.
Yeah. I think that was. We should probably just ignore No Masa and really just load up maybe 2 fighters. Don't ever take 2 fighters.
The chance of finding an XCal +4 in this flag set is not terrible. Well, finding an XCal at all is not terrible because you're going to open roughly 100 chests. So, pretend it's a 50-50. But if you didn't find that, you're swinging an ice +2 sword, that you're not going to have a good day.
Yep, and following the fetch quests has paid off for Fryteeth. Probably will for Ravioli as well. as we found the floater from the smith. We have a adamantient floater today. Oh no, we blew up the floater. We found it in the mountain. Sorry, wrong dwarf item.
What is happening? Who rolled this seed? People are going to get in the air in sub 10 minutes on this?
I
Gonna be able
know.
to promote sub 10 minutes.
And I mean, wolves don't have anything. Like they don't have like nuclear or winter or like freeze or anything. Like what is going on here?
Baby and Hawk going up to Marsh Top to check out gets rewarded with a piece. And Hurry Bee pulling the loot out of Ice Cave.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
both pieces. That's good.
So wait a minute. We have some sort of thief lockpicking on, if I am correct.
Thief lockpicks on at 20, I believe.
So once we're level 20, since
Oh,
the loot
15.
is there, or 15, yeah, we're in go. Like all we need to do is find the shards, and yeah, it would be nice to be able to get into, Sky or a place with a lot of chests. But in reality, you could probably find everything you need without going to one of the major dungeons.
Yeah, you definitely could. We also have the rod. I don't actually know where we found it, but we have the rod, and so Earth is extremely tempting. Oh, Bicky had the rod. That's why. I didn't.
So our illustrious trackers here, we have Odrin and Hate, and they are doing a bang-up job because I missed this. Was just told that there was a Bane sword in the Ice 6-pack. Now, why this is important is because with Fiend Shuffle on, you could take that little rod, go down into your Earth Cave, and all of a sudden find a Tiamat. Now, yeah, having a couple of nukes is nice, but that might not get the job done. So having a backup plan of Bane sword is chef's kiss.
Yep. And per the hint in Crescent here, we know that Adamant's just going to lead to our key. So we don't really need it given the thief lockpicking, and we know if we grab that adamant, we know not to take it, not to continue that quest now. So
both Fryteeth and Ravioli getting their floaters. Fryteeth a little bit ahead. I think Ravioli is going to follow that same path, grab the tail, and head up to promote.
Yeah, if Ravioli saw the same hint that Fryteeth did, I think that you pretty much beeline there, promote, maybe do ordeals after that.
Ordeals is a little bit of a handful on this flag set. I can't believe I'm saying that. So the idea is that you're still looking for the shop item. You're still, honestly, if you find the Oxyale, you have all of the key items you need. You're done. Yeah. Stop looking, go get the shards, and finish this in sub 40 minutes.
Yep. Definitely can look through a lot of the boxes. So what Fryteeth's taking the opportunity to do here, checking all the various Cardia aisles for boxes to see where we can pick up some shards. We do need 28 shards to open the way before us to the past, and then go and fight our fiend refights.
Oh, now stop. I'm gonna lay out a little tip here, so I hope people are paying attention.
Oh no!
If you just took a look at the chest that Fryteeth opened, it was 2 Gasties. Now that can be up to, I believe, 3 Gasties. I don't remember 4, but the point is, it will change if you run and come back. So let's say you find one with 2 eyes in it. It can go up to 3. So sometimes, if you need that experience, you run away, reopen the chest, and see if you can get 3 the next time.
That's a good tip. I actually had never thought about doing that. I knew it would give you a random number, but I didn't never thought to use it to my advantage.
Or what can happen is you just keep getting 1 and then get so frustrated you've wasted 3 minutes.
I mean, that happens too, but I mean, it's a randomizer. You're going to get frustrated by wasting 3 minutes. It's kind of just how it works. Somebody's going to get through the seed in 45 minutes and then be frustrated that it took that long.
So yeah, the same thing with the red Ds. I mean, with Nuke, we're going to be able to take these out as long as hold doesn't take hold.
Yeah, luckily it's like single target hold, so we can just kind of like manage through it. I don't know if we found life yet, though. Yeah, apparently we did.
It's level 3. Yeah, but you don't need life if, hilariously enough, if you put 2 nukes together, that equals a life. I didn't know if anyone knew that.
I didn't actually know that. Although if you cast life in battle, it does say swoon. It kills you again, so you come back to life. It's quite amusing, actually. And we have promotion for the ninja, and Fryteeth making really good use of that exit spell. That's something I know I forget to do all the time. Is you can exit out of places just to save the steps running out of it. It doesn't have to be something annoying like Ice Cave. You can exit out of everything. I know I always forget to do it, so good on Fryteeth. Looks like we are just gonna see what's happening here in Melmond. Oh, just taking a save before we. Oh, we're gonna dive Earth. We're gonna see what Earth holds for us here.
Yeah, might as well. I thought I saw that Fryteeth party was like level 15 across the board.
It's wow, actually, that might be more than level 15. That might almost be level 20.
It's just whenever you can run a flag set and have higher levels than you have minutes played, you know it's a good time.
1 level per minute, yeah. That's a great time. And this is kind of like, compared to the other types of this seed I have seen run recently, this is being very kind to our runners. So we'll see if the kindness holds out, or if we are just softening them up for a bigger blow later.
When I roll a seed, I am nothing but magnanimous.
Okay. I will take the comment on face value as intended. Yeah, now as chat's pointing out, does Herbie do some of the looting, and he grabs the Excalibur 4 and has a fighter. We can mirror it, so it's great. And the bonus ribbon here at the beginning of March 2. And Thavian just got in the air here and is also beelining immediately for the promotion. That promo Sage really kind of driving some decision making here, which makes sense because it's so powerful. You get all the best spells.
Yeah, the one real problem with a red mage, even with promo Sage or even regular Sage, is that it's going to take them a lot longer to get the higher level spells. Sure, they can cast level 7 and 8 spells, but I believe they need to be level 25 to get their first cast of level 7, and I'm pretty sure it's 30 to get their first cast of level 8, maybe even 32.
Yep. The obverse of that, which is an interesting side effect of the way all this works, is that since the red mage's blursing involved a 1 spell blurs, they have 2 slots in level 8 and they started with 2 charges. So if fast is level 8, it's really kind of nice. If something like Temper's level 8, it still kind of stinks because you get like 1 cast. But
you know what? I'll take 1 cast over nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing, but certainly, like, if you see something like Lock 2 or Fast hit there, then you've got your 2 charges until you get that far. But we'll have to see where the various important spells land for our runners here, but still having access to them and not having to worry about did both Life and Life 2 end up in slot 2 somewhere or something is really nice.
So Thavian Hawk getting thundered from the Saber Tease as Fryteeth pulls Lich, who turns out to actually be Lich.
Lich is Lich, and Lich kind of dies like Lich. So, and Fryteeth has lit their first orb, and more importantly, has 2 shards to show for it as well.
That puts them up to 5, baby.
5 is good this early. So for those of you who are slightly unfamiliar with the shard hunts, lighting an orb does get you some shards. There is a pretty big incentive. The first 2, so the earth and fire, will get you 2 each, and then sea and sky give 4 each, I believe.
Yeah, so they're very delicious, but that doesn't mean so there's still enough shards if you don't kill any bosses to. If you looted every chest in the game, you would get your 28 shards.
Yeah. So you don't actually have to defeat anything, but it is, especially in this case where we have a Lich. Lich didn't seem to roll anything nasty, or at least didn't stick around long enough to show us anything nasty that he rolled. Is pretty good here, time investment wise, for Frighty. Plus, you get all the chests that are in there. So, and with the exit spell, there is, something to be said for visiting the locations. And then if it's Tia at Volcano, you can just exit out and just ignore it, do something else. But you still get all the delicious chests in the middle.
So something else to kind of be considered. So Ravioli and Herbie B went to Ice Cave, got their loot, and that's the one thing that you're really looking for here. Fryeteeth is not. So while Fryeteeth is a little bit ahead as far as shards and exploration, we still don't know that Ice Cave is going to be where we need to get the loot. Now, being an Ice Cave, it's not terrible because that's probably Fryeteeth's next stop after Volcano.
Yeah, there's not. I guess there's a few fetch quests left, but we know what the adamant is. We know where the cube is. So we're just really kind of looking at slab and herb, or Corneria locked might be something that we're checking now. And Herbie B's making the ordeals play here, trying to see. Oh, there's some zombie D. Those are sometimes delicious.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope something grand is going to be in ordeals.
Yeah. But the cube in Corneria locked, which right now kind of by itself doesn't really do us a lot of good. Sky's an interesting palace to dive. It is the largest palace, but you got to make it through a full Topher here too. So it's not like you're not going to have those levels eventually. So, I don't know. What do you think of diving Sky on this sort of shard hunt zero orb kind of flag?
So, I love Sky on this flag set, specifically because there's, I believe, 52 chests there versus the... so, Earth has the least, right? And I think it was 24 chests or something in there. Both Sea and Volcano have the same amount of chests, but the Volcano ones are a little more centralized. And easier to full clear. But Sky has a full 52, like a quarter of the chests in the game are in Sky. And sure, it takes a little bit to clear it out, but if you're looking for shards, not only do you get to 4 shards by killing the Fiend, you get a possible War Mech, which is, at this point, you have nukes, you're going to love those levels, and based on averages, you're going to get about 10 shards going through. While I was doing my rant, Thavian Hawk pulls the Vorpal +3 out of Volcano.
Yeah. Good stick for that fighter who can't pick up the Masa anyway. Except for if Thavian found the Excal, then that might be relegated to the Thief. But at least Thavian has the 2 swingy folks in his party to make use of that weapon. And...
So, what is that? Am I hearing this correctly? There was also a saber bonk in Armory.
Saber bonk in the Volcano Armory. Wow.
Yeah. I guess I could gift wrap everything.
And lots of things rolled up. And I will note too that back on the fighters are the best kind of method here. We got a hint about where the Masa is. The Masa rolled down. This is actually a -2. So it fighter this is looking better and better all the time here. as we said, was the key to the scene.
Well, we still don't have a real weapon for the thief. You can count the Vorpal +3. That's going to be about the same as a vanilla katana. That is an acceptable weapon by any means. However, it is not a katana +5, and it is not a mass immune, even if the mass immune was -3.
Yeah, I mean, that is fair. That said, for the various dual melee parties, that second melee is probably not as important anyway, and most of them do have the Excal, so.
Please ignore the katana +4 that Thavian Hawk just pulled out.
Oh, man.
I should start saying more things. Man, it's terrible that our runners have only found one ribbon.
It's really terrible that all that opal armor rolled way up. I don't even know what else we would wish for on our runners. They've found everything they need.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ribbon is incentivized, so that means there's only one other ribbon to find in chests. And Thavian Hawk pulls a temper shirt. That's pretty neat.
That's a fun toy.
Well, something that's interesting, and I do have to say it. So with all of this magic that's going on, Franti's party is looking better and better, even if the fighter has the Excal and everything like that. All you need are bodies that can cast life, that can also use temper shirts or whatever magic items that you find.
Yeah, we're just going to stack all our buffs on, for those who have the fighter or the ninja, and then just go to town. I mean,
you know who would really like to use that temper shirt? The nun that Ravioli brought.
I was staring right at that empty space, and I wasn't saying anything. But yes, it would be kind of nice if there was another fourth party member there for Kraken to punch, or who knows.
Yeah, if you're gonna take on a fish monster, you might as well have a full party to punch.
Yeah, it's it's 100% chance to hit your white mage, but after that, then it provides another target for them to hit.
What is this? What is this? Carry is carry? Is this on?
Did somebody accidentally click the switch? Somebody turned it off on accident, I feel like.
Listen, I grabbed it straight from the Duckling Weekly itself.
I'm not. I'm sure that it is on, because I clicked the Duckling Weekly and I see it.
Someday we will be able. Listen, there's still hope. There's still a 50-50 shot that we're going to see Kraken and Tiamat reverse.
Right. And this is not. It's not that improbable to have them in the right order anyway. I mean, it's one of the valid permutations. So.
That is correct. Someone much smarter than me can do the math and figure out that it's 1 in.
I'm pretty sure it's 1 in 16. But.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. I mean, right now it's there's 1 in 8, and then 1 in 16 or 50-50, like you said, for each outcome that we don't know.
So let's see if we can get a shard count on some of these people. I just saw Herbie B with 5 shards. Fryteeth looks to have 12.
Ooh, 12 is quite the commanding lead, I think, at this point. It looks like Ravioli has 8 or 9. Went through the menu quite fast, but had 1.5 rows. So, and is checking the Temple of Fiend's chests for some shards, which the southeast chest is one, so that's good.
I usually end up getting, I only need 1 more shard. I really hope Temple of Fiends has a couple. So I really do like the play to go in there and check now, because it's such a bad situation to be where I only need 1 chest. I'm sure that, Sky 3 will deliver, and then it doesn't.
Right. And if you're only, where do you even go if you're missing 1 in, you faded the top half of Marsh. Do you go back to the top half of Marsh? You know, you got to figure out where to go, and it's usually quite the trip. So yeah, checking these early.
Yeah. My policy on Marsh Cave is you only get one entrance and one exit. You do not get to go back. See. Oh, Freyteeth getting 2 more shards, killing this carry. Thavian Hawk at 10 shards. So this should put Freyteeth at, what is that, 14, if I got my math correct? We are halfway there. 12 plus 4 is 16. Oh my. Oh, plus 3, 5, whatever. Listen, he's got a number, and it's in between 12 and 18. I can prove.
Yeah. Probably somewhere around 15. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty confident they're halfway there. So I'm down with this.
So so the only one who hasn't promoted on screen so far is Herbie B, but we've decided that we are going to go dive Earth Cave, which I like. We have the rod. There's a reasonable amount of chests here. This is one of the places we're probably going to have to do.
Yeah. And
but I question
like you
if
said,
we just didn't get the hint for it, because or maybe we haven't turned in the oh, we haven't got a Marsh Cave. That's probably it, to get TNT to get to the floater.
Yeah. Or yeah, Marsh Astos TNT floater.
Oh, yes. And a shout out to Top Rabbit subscribing to RPG Limit Break with Prime. Thank you very much. RPG Limit Break, a great place to not only race but to watch. I highly recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. And the event's coming up not too far from now with RPG Limit Break. I don't have any of the information up, so I don't know why I started into that, but
there's stuff. Hang around. Subscribe to this channel.
July 16th.
You'll get notification.
The actual event happens. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we're approaching the 30-minute mark, so we can do a little bit of a recap on what's going on here. Currently, Freyteeth does have a little bit of a lead. We've already done the lesser 2 Fiend dungeons. Now, we don't have access to any of the upper Fiend dungeons, and we don't know where Oxyale or Chime is as of yet. But still missing those, 12-ish shards. We're probably going to need to do that. And going to Waterfall is the first step of that. So Thavian is now in Earth, has already done Volcano. Ravioli is in Volcano now, and Hurry B is in Earth taking on Lich, getting to the 7th or 8th shard. So we're all kind of clumped here. Once Herbie B goes, gets the floater, gets the tail, and promotes, right back in this game.
Yep, absolutely. And Freyteeth, it should be noted, you're working your wizardry again, but found the chime in Waterfall. So probably has access to all the locations that he's going to need to win the game. And so it's probably going to, I would guess, go straight there. I don't know what other like quest we would do. I think we would just go to Sky, try and finish off our shards.
A victory lap around the world, that's what we need.
Yeah, no, I understand this navigation. This looks exactly like me flying an airship. I can't say anything against it. I can't wrap my mind around the impossible torrid Doyle world that Final Fantasy lives on.
I see. I believe that we bought the herb in the shop, and that's why we wanted to turn it in, see what it is. It turns into the adamant, which of course we know turns into Bupkis.
Yep, we know the adamant turns into the key, so we don't need no stinking key. Having taken the taken the thief with the lockpicking, sorry.
Yeah, Freyteeth saying no thanklios to those anklios as we're headed into Sky.
Yep, the Fun Police, our version of the Fun Police, coming along saying, nope, no steak and wings for you today. Steak and wings sounds really good, actually.
Oh, Fried Teeth seeing the thunder on the kitties.
Resets. Oh, 4 chimeras in this box here. Not that they're gonna last very long on our nuke here. Oh, and we picked up Harm 4 for that White Mage. That's cute.
I didn't see this on anyone else's screen. Maybe they did take it, but Thavian Hawk in the bottom of Earth 2 finds the metal slimes. That is one of the more delicious multi-party grinds that you're gonna see. And I see his party at mid-20s. That's terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, Thavian, I think, ended up kind of wrong ordering a little bit, but it seems to have helped them in levels quite a bit.
I like what Fried Teeth did here. We went, looked at the Mirage 1, then we just exited out, started the count over. We saw the Saber Tease. We decided, let's reset, because I'm not dealing with that again.
And now we're gonna see what the rest of Sky holds here. While Ravioli's getting the good news that Carrie is still Carrie. Relatively good news anyway. I mean, probably the easiest Fiend you could find here. 10 hits on that ninja already.
Oh, wow. Question in chat from Rax. With all these encounters and boxes, do you just not need to grind otherwise at all? Yeah, I mean, you can get away without grinding at all. If you can find a bunch of key items, such as Fried Teeth did, and open up some of these boxes, I mean, they can be, 3 eyes, which will give you, oh my goodness, 7,000-8,000 experience for this, which is, a level almost 2 at this point.
Yeah.
It is a very feasible strategy to just use the monster in a boxes to grind.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing to note is that our scaling isn't really set that high. At the top end of the scaling is 160. So bosses are only going to have that much more HP and that much more kind of hit potential than normal. So, yeah, I mean, you don't think you're going to need to go much beyond the level our runners are at now, unless Topher's really, really mean, which it can be. Topher is not scrambled, by the way. The trap tiles will happen in order, even though the fiends themselves have traded places. And there's a loose eye.
So I figured out what Herbie B was doing, and that was we wanted to get up to level 15 before turning in the TNT so that we could open up the chests. And I completely respect that. That is a great strategy if it wasn't the floater. So
right.
It was just pure luck that did not pay off. But, we've gotten a couple of things done already. So we're going to be right back in this real quick.
Yeah, and, we don't... It's worth noting that when you don't see a lot of scripts on the overworld, and the fiends, that just means that they're shuffled in somewhere else. And maybe you'll never see them, and that's possible, but they could just all be hiding in Topher, and we could have, half the seed be Topher now.
They're all hiding in Sea Shrine. We're not going to see them until we get to Kraken's floor. That's when the other shoe's going to drop, racers. You thought this was going well. Good news.
I mean, good news, they probably won't go visit Kraken. At least I wouldn't think so. I hope not.
Well, we're going to see what Fried Teeth is. That's going to tell. If Fried Teeth has the required shards after this sky dive, then we're going to be in Topher at like the 40-minute mark. Okay, settle down, see.
Yeah, although I do think that we're pulling slightly worse than average right now. Oh, and the little kind of almost free chest here is the last ribbon. So we know where all 3 ribbons are. We have a pro cape too, I thought I saw, so maybe a pro ring. But, nice to have all that protection against death when we're talking about these nasty scripts the bosses can have. it looks. Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah, no worries. I was gonna say, it looks like. I think some of our other runners have discovered this, but it looks like the crystal that was in the vampire's chest turns into the ruby. I don't know if anybody's gone and fed the Titan yet, but not really much of an incentive to now. We've already gotten Stardust Tail, so.
Well, Fracteeth is entering what I like to call the danger zone. 7 shards to go. 4 of them are going to be from either Tiamat or Kraken at the end of this. We only have 10 more chests on this floor to get. If we don't get those 3 shards, we're going to be in a little trouble. Now, Fracteeth hasn't gone to Topher, doesn't know that Topher Locked has 1 shard in it.
And that is rough. There is 0 in that 6-pack room.
Oh, come on. Nothing.
None there either? Oh my gosh. Seed. Yeah, it looks like Fracteeth is just sort of resigning himself now to gonna have to go drudge somewhere else.
Welcome to Shard Hunt, or as I like to call it, a series of minor inconveniences. And
what's fun here is, like, I can think of 3 that we know Fracteeth hasn't taken, because there's 2 at the top, north on Marsh split, and then there's 1 in Temple of Fiends. So, and then assuming they get the 4 here from Tia or Kraken, I don't imagine either one of them is going to put up that much of a fight.
We're getting callouts for Warmech. Unfortunately, Fracteeth is going to dodge that. And we get Kraken. Look, we weren't lying. The Fiends are completely randomized.
It's shuffled. It's not all smoke and mirrors here. We really are playing a randomizer. We don't plan these things in advance.
Herbie B getting the bottle from turning in the slab. Just, a little more XP.
Yep, pretty easy turn in, but there's always the kind of why too. Got the loot, you have lot picking, just find your shards and go. Of course, that's easier to say up here in the booth than it is to do, and not having the back of your mind, oh, this chain, or oh, this item I know I can get, or whatever.
Fracteeth opting to go the ordeals route. 11 chests in here. Can we find some shards?
We only need 3, I think. Keeps flipping past he's menuing too quickly. I don't see.
Yep, we need 3. Thavian Hawk sees Fracteeth land, says, I'm going here too. Finds a T-Rex. Hey, we're taking some more levels. I think Thavian Hawk has the highest level.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, I would do this. I would, if a steak just walked up to me and said, eat me, I'd probably eat it.
Yeah, I'd come back for second.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but, I would say that Thavian Hawk is definitely getting to, that end game level with the scaling we have, so. Oh, what happened? Oh.
I was going to say that we got to check out Ravioli's shards, because right now Ravioli looks like they are just one skydive away from Fracteeth.
Yep. He's got 18, so he's lacking 10. I'm pretty sure the first couple floors had a few. So yeah, I think that is the difference between them. Somebody in chat asking what happened to the T-Rex, and I'm assuming asking because Thavian Hawk, along with myself and others, play with some of the fun sprites turned on, and since the various enemies within the desert around the Sky Palace are worth a lot of experience relative to how hard they are to kill. We call them steaks and wings and things because they're delicious to eat. And so the fun sprites turns them into steaks for us so that we know to eat.
So a little bit of bad news. Fracteeth, guess how many shards and ordeals? 0. Nada.
0?
Finds nothing.
Oh
3
my
shards
gosh.
Sport shield.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna go. Where are we going? I think we're thinking.
And Herbie B sees the hint giver in Gaia calling him a spoony bard.
Oh, I thought that was the broom. I saw that on Thavian Hawk's side too.
All right, so Herbie B being the first one to turn in the bottle, I believe. We get the Oxyale out of it.
So do we head to Mermaid Floor? Because we know that we'll have some stuff there.
I'm not exactly sure what Fryteeth is going to do. No, that's a lie. I believe Fryteeth is just going to gun it for Kraken, which is Tiamat in this case.
Oh. I mean, first we're going to turn in the slab.
Oh, yeah, we have to turn in the slab to then make the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chest. Ravioli fading the Bane chest because it's not a trap tile, which, if we didn't explain before, the trapped tiles, the spiked tiles, or chests, if you will, are the ones that hold all the shards in this mode. Now, you don't have to have those on. You can have it to where any chest can have it and they're not marked. But we just found it, or Saracen just found it. Hey, you know what? We're going to mark the chests and have Monster in a Box on. I love it.
Yeah. Unmarked is just a little obnoxious. It does kind of you end up opening so many boxes worth 100 gil that it's pretty obnoxious at the end of the day. So I like having the marks on.
I have, all the veterans out there, like, back in my day, we didn't have marked chests. You just had to open up everything. And we liked it.
Yeah. I mean, back in your day, we also didn't have Proc Gen Overworld, I believe.
I'm not even one of the old ones here.
Yeah,
I'm like a middle-aged one. But yeah, no, when I started, we didn't have Proc Gen Overworld. It was still technically buy 10 was the highest you could with items instead of, buy any amount.
Yeah, I think I just started as that patch was coming through because I remember some seeds being 1 or 10 of heal pots or whatever. So
that is actually what developed my love for the White Mage, because I'm like, oh, I can only buy 10 healing potions? This is stupid. I'll just bring a White Mage who has heal 3 and cure 4.
Yeah. I don't remember if we did the pass the controller off to the younger brother trick when we were going through this the first time to buy heal pots. Because we definitely could have. Me and my brothers.
So Ravioli in Sky, getting the bad news that Sky 3 does not deliver. We are 7 shards away from go mode. Same position that Fryteeth was in. However, as soon as we kill that Kraken at the end of this tunnel, we're going to be 3 shards left. Ravioli has already gone to Topher, so that's not an option.
Yep. Looks like Fryteeth is making his way to Kraken, but checking various chests along the way to see if we can, if there's a chance that we can just not fight what's going to end up being Tia. But we'll have to see. There was one piece in there, but I didn't see anything else.
I believe he took that just to see what the encounter was to get levels.
Oh, you think so? That makes sense too. I would still, with the exit, I would still be in the back of my mind like, well, if I can just find 3, I don't have to fight Tiamat. And, Tia's not going to be that hard, but...
There is definitely a merit to that, but what my philosophy is, I know that there are 4 shards to be had at the bottom of this dungeon. Let's just get them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense too. And, I mean, it's not like I'm going to argue strategy with you anyway. You won the last tournament.
No, absolutely. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. If you have 1 shard that you need, like, yeah, go ahead, take a look for chests. But as soon as you need 3, it's like, eh.
Yeah. As we've seen, because Ordeals came up completely and totally dry, so...
All right, Fryteeth just seconds away from killing this Tiamat. Not commentator's curse at all. And that is 47-31. We have all of our shards. We're going to be heading over into Temple of Fiends. Ravioli just finished out Sky. That's putting him 3 shards short of the goal. Harvey B has not got a volcano or Sky. Instead, trying to take a gamble on waterfall, C, and that might just pay off. I think we have a lot of shards here.
Yep. And it looks like Ravioli's kind of coming to the same conclusion that Fryteeth did, that let's just go get the Oxyale and dig our final shards out of there.
I missed the time. Fryteeth entered Temple of Fiends at 48.
48:04-ish. But
yeah, precisely. That's what I said.
Yeah, ish. Oh, some mages. Sometimes these show up with fighters. Nice. But
so going into here, we've had a relatively friendly seed. The shard placement has not been completely friendly, considering we did have to dive every dungeon. I said at the beginning, a lot of times you don't have to dive either one of the 3 quote-unquote lesser dungeons that have less chests than Sky, but we did here.
Yep. Definitely the most straightforward path was probably just diving all 4 dungeons and doing them the way you normally do. It doesn't, and so far, we haven't seen that much of Topher yet. We haven't seen any of the Fiend refights, but so far it's being pretty tame.
I'm just saying, buckle up, because I bet this is going to be a doozy.
Yeah, it could be. If we concentrated all the scripts on, carry or something, it would be quite the experience for our runners here. But let's see how Lich 2 goes. And we are not really respecting Lich 2 at all. We do 250, 450, and Lich is already down. So, Lich did...
Well, that red mage had the Sun Sword plus 1 million, as far as I'm concerned, and it did a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah. I mean, sort of. It's Lich. There was something on the screen. We're not commentator cursing. He's like the Oracle today, so it's going to be pretty tame, I think. So Nuke only hidden carry for 150. Kind of bad turn order there on the fast. Ooh, and Carry just decides to erase the white mage.
The part of Kraken being played by Carry today.
Yeah. Ooh, very punchy Carry. Now, Fryteeth has probably gone and bought life on all of our sages. So
now Fryteeth did fade going to get magic. Now level 5 had life 2.
Yeah, I mean, life 2's almost more of a time save than anything. You just don't have to go back to the bottle all the time.
Yeah, and especially if you need to use it in battle. Life 1 feels really bad to cast in battle.
Yeah, life 2 is definitely the better in battle spell to cast. But I maybe going and shopping for magic would have been the better part of Valor, but I think in Fryteeth's spot, I would have just zipped right over here. You know how fast this seed is.
Yeah, you got life, you got nukes for days, you have so many weapons, you don't know what to do with them.
And probably in the back of your mind, you're like, I dove all of Water or Sea Shrine for 3 shards. Somebody didn't have to do that. Somebody probably found those 3 from, top of Marsh or wherever.
Kraken winds up for the biggest swing of her life. 24 damage.
Oh my gosh.
First turn nuke.
Harm 4, yeah. And we're just unleashing magic. casting some
Heal
heals.
3 for days.
Yeah, I don't think Fryteeth is gonna die here. Oh wow. Okay, that was better.
787 damage.
787 damage to a red mage.
Yeah, take that, quad B.
And we did the same back. We did, 700 some odd damage back, and so we returned the favor.
Well,
and we're down to half our heal pots here, so...
we still got Cure for days. Ravioli turning in that ruby, which is seemingly, not useful. 2 shards in that 4-pack.
Oh, wow. That's not going to Sea Shrine. So Ravioli's on 1 shard, right?
1 shard.
1
I don't know
shard.
where we're gonna get it.
Oh no! Yeah, no, I think... Are we full? Now I can't do math.
As I was making fun of Fryteeth getting splattered by by Kraken, Ravioli may have gotten another shard somewhere.
Yeah.
Ravioli might not have visited the Cardia Isle. But Fryteeth
There we go.
engaged in a battle of wits. Down goes the White Mage for the 2nd time this run, but we've done a lot of damage to Tiamat 2. Still, we're on turn 5. Tiamat 2 does a small swing, doesn't do anything to the Thief. Final nuke takes out Tiamat 2. Fryteeth just 1 chaos away from winning this.
Yeah, going right into the chaos fight. We'll see if we have any heal pots left over for the White Mage, or if we just leave the White Mage at 1 hit point.
Octavian Hawk finds a War Mech. We're taking it. Just as Ravioli, 54-24, enters Temple of Fiends. If Fryteeth wipes on Chaos, Ravioli is going to be put into the lead.
Yep. And we are buckling down for Chaos here. Have some Fast, Temper, Saber. Fire 2 out of Chaos is our first offering, so far not terribly scary. And we're going to do a test swing here. Inferno's a little bit spicier. That White Mage is looking a little bit sad. We'll see if we get our heals off. Oh, no. Fire 3 comes out. And we've got 7 hits for 512, and Chaos is still standing here. 7 hits, 386. So Chaos a little bit chunky today, but still doesn't seem to have really kind of that power that would need to punch through this party. Nuke for 180. Nuke for another 180. And we swing for 775, and Chaos goes down. GG's, everybody, for Fryteeth finishing in...
Yeah, first on stream, first place overall. 55-35 is the official racetowntime.gg.
Yeah, so GG's Fryteeth.
That got a little spicy at the end.
Yeah, I mean, Chaos kept casting the spells, but we had enough white magic to keep ourselves up. So...
Well, Ravioli, hot on his heels. Fires have glare.
Oh, that's kind of yucky. Oh, and it looks like Ravioli did pick up life too, so at least on that White Mage, so that's a good thing to have. Let's see if Fryteeth wants to come have some nice chats with us here in the booth while we watch everybody else.
And yeah, Irby B not going to Volcano yet. We have taken out both the 2 upper Fiends. That's not a bad strategy here because we know that those are going to give us 4 shards apiece. I'll have to take a look at Herbie B's shard count and see what that's at. Meanwhile, Carrie giving the White Mage the business on Ravioli. Crack comes out, but I think we've got both protected by a ribbon. 12 hits, 791. Harry 2 goes down, and we're using those life 2 charges like they're going out of style.
Yeah, on the one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, you can't take them with you, so...
I beg to differ. I have a tally next to my computer here, and I tally how many life charges that I finish with.
Okay. So was it yesterday where one of the runners, I believe, did win with 22 hit points? I mean, all you need is one.
Yep, that was Ale Markin finishing second on stream, I believe, after
They
wiping the
poured the world.
chaos with a nuke and a nuclear.
Yeah, that chaos was fun yesterday, but today, it looks like on Ravioli's side, every single fiend has managed to take out one of our party members here. This time it's the ninja, which is not great. We are going to pull out, like you were mentioning, that mid-battle life too to stand that ninja up to hopefully cut some more arms off this Kraken. And it sounds like we are joined in the booth by Fryteeth. GG's, Fryteeth.
Thanks.
Fryteeth, tell me how you're feeling about that seed. Everything was going really well at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, where were all the shards?
Shards, never heard of them.
I mean, yeah, the beginning went well. Mid-game was, okay because I tried to skip ordeals and should have known better.
So yeah, that ordeals ended up having nothing. Sky 3 ended up having nothing. There were 2 shards that were located in Titan's Trove, and there was at least 1 in Temple of Fiend's Lock.
Yep, there were 2 in the north of Marsh Split too.
Okay, yeah, if I'd only needed 1 or 2, I wouldn't have gone to get that, dig out that Oxyel, because I knew exactly, it was going to be ordeals to slab to bottle to Oxyel, but needing 3, not having any clue where they were, it just seemed like it would be faster or safer to just go dig out the Oxyel.
Yeah,
I can't fault you.
Right.
All right, as we speak, Ravioli finishing up his 4th Fiend refight. We're going to be entering Chaos's floor, and about the 1 hour mark, we're going to be taking on Chaos with our party of 3. Meanwhile, Herbie B just finished lighting the 4th orb. We are full on shards. I haven't seen Thavian Hawk, but we look like we're preparing for our Topher dive.
Yep. So let's see how the Chaos fight goes here for Ravioli. We're sabering up, we're walling, we're fasting, we're doing all that nifty stuff. Saber comes out, test swing, temper shirt, fire 2 comes out, just like Fryteeth saw. 7 hits, 556. Nuke hits for 192. And we have another nuke coming out that hits for 114. Fire 3 goes out and barely scratches the party. Good turn earner. And we've got 8 hits, 1354. And Ravioli is through Chaos with an official time of just over 1 hour, 1 hour and 49 seconds. Finishing actually 5th overall between Fryteeth and Ravioli. We had Jesus the Frog finish at 58.05. Ale Markin finishing at 59.08, and Goat's Pirate finishing at 59.46. So GG's everybody in that little cluster.
That was a lot of close matches, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So, Fryteeth, obviously as commentators, our speculation is our speciality here, but why don't could you talk a little bit about your party selection? Because everybody on screen had pretty, at least some variance in their party.
Yeah, so, I mean, these days I always bring a thief. Even if it's not my main melee, I like it for being able to run from everything. And in these flags, with all the XP you're going to get out of the, trap chests, you just want to be able to run from everything. The red mages with that, so I'm not a big fan of running thief lead, but it worked tonight because both the fighter and black belt, I didn't want I normally run black belt, but -1 hit percent per level is pretty useless on the black belt, and the fighter with no massa, not knowing if I'm going to find a weapon for it, and knowing that massa is sitting there for the thief, I decided not to bring one. In terms of the mages, the 2 red mages, having the Sage promo.
Yeah.
I thought about bringing 3 of them, but that white mage having exit to start, I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah,
who knows where exit's going to land.
There was a chest that you skipped in Marsh, on Marsh 2, that one in the solo room. That did have the X-Cal +4 in it.
Well, I'm glad I skipped that, because that would not have made me happy to see that.
Well, then forget I said anything.
Yeah, I don't actually know if anybody... I don't think we saw anybody go and pick up the massa, actually. There was a hint. I don't remember which hint Gary gave it. There was a hint on where it was. It rolled down.
Yeah, I saw at that point when I saw that hint, I said, "All right, I'm very happy I didn't bring the fighter, since I don't know what I'm going to find for it." And I didn't find much for the fighter. I guess that Sun +5 wouldn't have been bad, but not as good as that Katana +4.
Oh, yeah, lots of great weapons here. It's almost too much to choose from. Quick update on what's going on. Thavian Hawk taking down the Kraken Tiamat at the bottom of C, just getting all of his shards. Meanwhile, Herbie B down to 2 characters, and not because he only started with 2, just the fighter and the red mage, the fighter and the thief. Thief fasting up, Kraken deciding, nope, this thief is done. 7 hits, 376. This is going to be a slobber knocker in between the 2 of them. Kraken gets turn order. Herbie B down to a knee, gets the kill. Herbie B 95 hit points. Oh my.
And it doesn't look like we got our spells on our fighter, because they're not immediately going into the fighter's magic menu and casting life.
Spells are a crutch, I'll tell you what. And we have some sort of welcomed trespasser here.
Hi, Ravioli. Welcome to the booth.
Hey everybody.
GG's.
GG.
Yeah, GG. Thank you.
So, while we see Herbie B try and decide what we're going to do about being solo fighter with no life spells, Ravioli, I asked Fryeteeth this too. Could you talk a little bit about your party selection choice and why? Because actually on stream, everybody took slightly different parties.
Yeah, I'm a big thief fan, especially with lockpick, and I took the red mage, and I don't even think I even paid attention to the blur-sings. I didn't realize he had warp until a few minutes in. White mage had exit, I believe, and warp. Pretty good magic to go, so I guess
sorry
that's
to
just
interrupt
kind of
you.
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
But Herbie B just got slow 2'd on that fighter. We were swinging one hit. Oh, this is gonna take a little bit. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ravioli,
okay.
if you'd continue.
Come on, Herbie.
Yeah, we're kind of rooting for Herbie though, but I think that this run may not be the one. Nope. And we get nucleared out of it for just over what the fighter had for hit points at 302.
Oh no.
And we're back. And now we're going back in. So
that was absolutely ridiculous to watch. Herbie B, when you rewatch this back, just know that we know you got terrible RNG running through this. That was nothing wrong on your part. You got a little hose there.
yeah, you just got Tophered. It's fine. I mean, and these are the 2 runners who have, actual access to that X-Gal as well. So,
Well, headed over back to Fryeteeth, do you have any recommendations or strategy that you think you could share with our ducklings as they prepare for the Duck Derby, which is in like 2 weeks?
So on these flags or in general?
Pick your poison.
I think the biggest thing that helped me early on was picking a party composition that I was really, really comfortable with. And, you know, I mean, I ran for, I don't know how many months or years, you know, pretty much the same party in every seed. And it's one of those things, especially in those big group races that you get in the Duck Derby. Sometimes that's good enough because, you know, that little bit of safety that you get from running a party that you're comfortable with sometimes helps you out a lot. But I mean, that's what I did early on. I ran black belts, and I've done some crazy things with black belts. You know, I'll run them in any seed. I've even done, you know, things like a Lich 2 grind and short Topher if you want crazy. But yeah, I got real comfortable with that, and then once I've, you know, used that to get a lot of the other mechanics of the game down, and once I did that, then I started running other parties more often.
I like that. Gives you a good feel so you can have a comfortable party and still do differing flag sets, and figuring out how to adapt to that really does translate well to other parties and other flag sets.
And one other thing, some people might find it silly that I do. I always forget to check if the hint giver's flag is on. I always forget to check that flag. So I've gotten in the habit that I go into Canaria, I check the white magic, I check the black magic, and then I always go talk to the hint giver, because just in case it's on, that takes me like 2 or 3 extra seconds that if I missed that flag was on, that could save, you know, 5-10 minutes later.
You're not wrong. I'll quick throw something into chat. My weakness, right before a race, if you just quick sneak in a trivia question, I will just be completely unfocused the entire time. That is how you beat me. And but Thavian Hawk is now on to Chaos, full 4 party members. We're seeing a couple of nukes come out. We're seeing a little bit of ruse.
Nuke for 171. We got a nuke for 123. 4 hits, 301 out of that. What I can only imagine is the Excal. 5 hits, 531. Nuke comes out for 334. Nuke comes out again for 150. And Katana hits for 164. And Lit 3, it looks like Chaos is hoarding all of the elemental magic here today for us.
That is a terminated Chaos. GG's to Thavian Hawk. That was a very well run raid. Thavian Hawk coming in at 1 hour 10 minutes 32 seconds. That's the official racetown.time.gg. I'm pretty sure we got Thavian Hawk here in the booth. GG.
GG's.
So we're going to get to you in a second. So we have Herbie B back on Tiamat 2. We got through Kraken, full party, feeling fine. Tiamat slaps our thief, just slapping it around like nothing's happening. So right before Chaos, I'm going to go into to Ravioli. Same question as what we posed to Fry Teeth. What are things that you have learned that have kind of helped you that you would like to pass on to a newer racer who's like, hey, maybe I should participate in the Duck Derby?
Yeah, I think I agree with Fry Teeth a lot that finding a comfortable party composition is vital. I like Thief in red or Thief white red, and I'll mix it up. Sometimes I'll take the fighter in addition, but yeah, I'm just used to the navigation of a 2 or 3 man party. So that's kind of what works for me pretty well.
We'll discuss that later.
Uh-oh.
And Herbie B starting up the Chaos fight. We're going to do a little walling, a little tempering. We're not taking any chances here.
Well, no, I don't.
We're going to fire too.
Yeah, I don't know that you're gonna take chances on your second dive here, even though we have a 600 hit point fighter standing there looking very, very buff. 690 from that fighter. Nuke hits for its kind of usual 200, 173. Just more elemental magic out of chaos, showing us all the elements. Got it. Nuke, swing, harm chaos for 113. It's about what harm's going to do on chaos. Nuke for 336 is quite a high roll. And chaos is still kind of tanking our hits, and the ninja has run out of nuke casts. So, looks like we're just going to let the fighter finish up here.
If only I had several more nukes. 505, that does it. RBB.
Yep.
Finishing
RBB.
off the second overdive at an official race down time GG. 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 4 seconds. Still a very good time. GG's.
Yep. GG's, and that was our race, everybody.
Yeah. So now we'll go back to Fabian Hawk. Hello, welcome to the booth. Sorry, I didn't mean to be not a gracious host. Thank you very much for being on Restream. And tell me what your thoughts were. How did the seed feel?
Well, I feel like I routed halfway across the map twice and reset because I forgot things. That didn't take. It actually didn't feel that slow, but I wasted so much time checking for extra chests I really didn't need to. And routing across the map and resetting.
Well, with Shard Hunt, it's the perfect opportunity to be a little bit of a loot goblin. So another question that I have, following the theme that's going on here. So you are entered for the Duck Derby, correct?
Indeed.
If you, let's say that there's somebody out there who is not sure whether or not they want to play in the Duck Derby or something, what's a piece of advice that you would give them to say, hey, you should either join the community or something you've learned out of the flag sets that maybe you didn't know previously that helped you greatly?
Well, my immediate advice is just do it, but that's a Nike slogan, so let's not go with that.
I'm sure Phoenix can come up with some sort of pun that would reference Final Fantasy Randomizer or something. With
Oh, you can also go with bow nose, but that was another one. No, just try it. The best thing you can do is just try it. If you've played the game before, just hop on to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, fire up one of the flags from a previous event because they're well documented. You can watch videos of people playing them, and just enjoy it. Just give it a try.
Excellent. Sofnum, you can go ahead with the questions. I feel like I've been yelling into the mic too much.
I think you've been fine, Deadpulse. It's been
I just
really
get so
great.
excited.
Yeah, it's been a great race, really. Let me pull Irby in here. So we are joined by Irby B. GG's Irby.
Hey, thanks. GG, y'all.
So, what was your sort of opinion about this seed here, or overall take? By Irby B. GG's Irby.
Yeah, no, it was pretty fun. I mean, I don't feel like I did anything. I don't know. I will always learn things looking back at it, but I thought I kind of logical in what I was doing. I didn't. There were some areas I just tried fading a little bit, and I probably didn't have to go into Volcano at the end if I probably was a little more thorough going through stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Sky was definitely barren. I think most people did end up going to all 4 dungeons. So, that was definitely the kind of majority play, I believe. So yeah, I mean, GG's, it was a really well run kind of race. And as we've been asking everybody here, if you could sort of give a piece of advice that you've kind of come across while we've been doing these boot camps for the other ducklings entering the Derby in 2 weeks, what would that be?
Oh boy. Yeah, I think the one thing that I've been trying to work on, and I try to any new ducklings coming in is try to work on encounter manipulation. I felt like, particularly in this seed, I was taking a lot of fights that I probably I just couldn't quite get it in this seed. But I think that's something that if you do it right, you could do really well.
Yeah, I think that's some great advice here for all of our ducklings. And so I will, I guess, Dead Pulse, if you have any other questions, go ahead. But I think it's probably time to sort of circle back and wrap up here.
No, the only other comment I had was specifically for Irby B. I liked your plan of waiting until you had the thief lockpicking to go to turn in the TNT. It just so happened that that was the floater, and that set you back a little bit. But I did appreciate the plan. It was a good one, and the RNG was just not with you on that.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That was the play. That was one of the things I really felt like this is a seed that you have to have a thief for, right? To try to open up more things for you.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah, but I don't have any more questions. We should wrap this up. Do you want to go or should I?
You can go ahead.
All right, we're gonna do a wrap up. So we've done a sort of final thoughts. Let's give the actual final thoughts. We'll start off with the first on stream and first overall, the great Fry Teeth.
Yeah, just thanks for the comms and tracking and restream tonight, and GG's to everyone.
Moving on, we got Ravioli, second on stream finisher.
Thanks, race crew. Thanks, RPG, and anybody on the fence for Duckling Derby. I believe there's still time. Please sign up. It's a blast.
You are gosh darn right, there's still time. Next, Thavian Hawk. Any final thoughts you'd like to share with us?
Thank you to the crew as always. GG to the fellow racers. Enjoy the Duckling Derby, whether you're going to take part of it or just watching it as part of new to the community. Please feel free to join up.
And Irby V, over to you. Still a great time on stream.
Yeah, thanks to the crew, the comms, the trackers, everyone who's putting everything together for all this boot camp, and I am super excited for my first derby.
If I could go back in time, I would absolutely do the derby again. In fact, who knows? Maybe a character named Not Dead Pulse will show up this year. You never know. But,
No.
But anywho, yeah, thank you very much for the crew. We have my two favorite ducklings, Maple and Odrin. We had Maple on the restream, Odrin, and of course hates the 13th, the best voice this side of the Mississippi, hanging out with us, tracking. Do you want to be my favorite ducklings? You should join the race crew on FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. We have a lot of fun here, and if you like to hear me yell for about an hour and a half, there's no better spot. But seriously, It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot of stuff about the game, and I wouldn't be half the runner I am now had I not joined Race Crew. It's a great opportunity. Upcoming events that we have. Let's see, VOD review coming up on Friday, which we also have Wednesday. We have our next Duckling reveal. Thursday, our next race. And then the Duck Derby, starting in under 2 weeks. Sign-ups are going on now. Please sign up early. Get your voice heard for when the Derby races are going to be. If you want to participate and have a lot of fun. And of course, thank you, Sofnum. It is always a pleasure to hang out with you. I will throw it over to you for your final thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to shout out and thank Hate Noteron for tracking and Maple for restreaming and Dead Pulse for putting up with me for another hour and a half or whatever this was. And I do want to plug, if you like what you see, then do join us at the Discord at join us at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There you will find links to run the randomizer, to join the Discord, to a wiki for all how to run the seeds, how to get set up, trackers, and everything. It's a great resource. It's a great community. You get to talk to us, which is probably the low light of it. But thank you, everybody, and good night, RPG Limit Break.